Hi, this is Michael from LifeLessonsAtLunch.com. Today I want to talk about grief. Now, I've talked about grief before in the 5 stages of grief and how we have to process it, but what I wanted to talk about more importantly was how grief affects our lives. Um, you know, our family is distraught, so my friends have always been my family. I cherish my friends, but they're like my brothers. And it's funny because I had a friend, um, and after 12 years, I said something about my brother, and he said, "Do you have a brother?" And that's how distraught our family was, that he didn't even know I had a brother. I don't know how. I just never talked about him or anything. Anyway, it was a sad day that you realize that your friends are more important than your family, or you spend more time or more love with them. When my friend Stefan passed away, I was devastated. He was probably the first one of many. Stefan was a great guy. He was in his early 40s. He just taught me a lot, and he was very loving and generous and caring. He was a big guy, too. He reminded me of Tony Soprano. He was from New Jersey, too. And I love Tony Soprano. I think he's a great character. Yeah, he's a mobster and all that stuff, but, the other parts are good. There's always this streak of us that is horrible. Anyway, so when Stefan died, I was pretty devastated. Um, and then after that, Craig passed away. Craig was a real good friend of mine. He taught me marketing. He taught me computers. He taught me how, when I worked in advertising at Fulcombe Belling, Wallstrom West, he was just a great guy that, he rose above the ranks and became vice president and became president. He did a great job there. They even replaced him. He replaced other people because he was that good. Well, then after that, one of my best friends, I have a few best friends, but one of my best friends I spoke to on a daily basis. He was a family man, and he didn't drink, and he was a Mormon, and he never pushed his religion on me, and he was just a really good guy. He had a good heart. His family was first. He loved his daughters and his son. He was real supportive of his kids like crazy. He was a good role model and a good example for me to be around. So he went into the hospital at Kaiser, and they accidentally nicked his intestine. And then he got septic, and he passed away 2 days later. And I was pretty devastated. I just couldn't believe he was gone. And then I had another best friend, and that guy was like my brother. We went through thick and thin together. When we went through his cousin's death, suicide, we went through, slow business. We went through Rotaries together. He was president, I was president. We were in the sheriff's department. I was president, he was president. We were we saw each other all the time. And we'd fight like brothers, and he'd get mad at me and say, "Stop it, just to snap out of it. Let's just get going." And he was a good guy. And one day he just put his head down. He couldn't breathe anymore. And he had pneumonia. He didn't know it. So he passed away. And then probably the most devastating death was, I was preparing for my mom to die because she was old. She was 84 years old. But what I wasn't prepared for, I had been taking care of her for years. And saw her, picked her up, gave her a job, gave her cash. She would spend it on garbage. She'd buy me stuff. And so I took care of my mom. And then one day she had circulatory dementia. So she was kind of going crazy at night. They gave her an anti-seizure drug. And that anti-seizure drug, they said, there's a 3% chance she could pass away. Very small chance. But we think this will help her. Well, 4 days later, she passed away. And I took on that responsibility of saying yes because I was her power of attorney. And I took that personal. I felt like I contributed to her passing. And the doctor said, "It's not your fault. It happens. We don't want to lose anybody." But so grief is tough. And there are stages of grief, true. But there are also different stages of grief, like taking responsibility, feeling responsible, losing close people in a multiple sequence. Just people that really care about, and when they pass away, it's like a piece of you goes with them because you spend so much time and so much love with them. You miss them. So just remember, there's a part of grief that is not only textbook, it's internal, it's heartfelt. It's something, like I said, a piece of you goes with them. So seek therapy, be vigilant, and remember, I always say, you can be a victim or you can be an advocate. And I've been a victim many times, but I've been an advocate more. And right now I'm an advocate. That's why you're even listening to this. And I appreciate that. Mike, lifelessons@lunch.com. God bless you.